Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, cross watchers. If you're new to the channel, happy to have you join us. Come back here. We are in the approach to Venus retrograde, which occurs on March 1st. Her retrograde is long, so in March I'll be doing readings for Venus retrograde for individual signs. But this series of readings for the second half of February is we're looking at where we might have blocks in our relationships, since Venus sort of rules relationships. She is the planet of love. So I thought it would be helpful to take a look at that. So let's jump in, shall we? All right, here is your energy, all about reconciliation, meeting in the middle, finding, maybe where we can compromise. Where is your block? All right, the lack of compromise or the lack of reconciliation may be blocking your happiness. Remember, the block doesn't have to be within you. It can be coming from the other person or circumstances beyond the connection or involving the connection. Oops, that's the block for your person. They're coming in, Knight of Wands, and their block is the Hierophant. So let me just stop right there since I had that little faux pas. Okay, so I pull from the bottom of the deck just because it's what we can't see. And yeah, your overall energies are interesting. You're both on the move. And with Wands energy, we're talking about passion, desire, motivation, inspiration. This person wanting to make a return and bring in an offer of their desire, of their passion, of, it's sort of like they're motivated here, and you are as well. These are both travel cards, which is interesting. So you may be moving toward each other, which I kind of like. And the blocks are both major arcana, so this would be a big shift, something that's important to the connection. And for this person, there may be themes around commitment or, right, the responsibilities that go along with that. And for you, there's something that's blocking, maybe even feeling safe in the connection, safe and protected in your vulnerability. Let's look at the connection, Ace of Swords. So there's some kind of insight that's needed or a truth that needs to be revealed, maybe a little epiphany. The divine message here is, this is a very spiritual connection. There's possibilities here of twin flame for some of you. There's just, but it's a choice. The Lover's card is a card of choice, choosing this of your own free will. And then in the outcome position, which I look at as an opportunity, this is a Gemini card. These are both Gemini cards, by the way, associated with the sign of Gemini in the tarot. But the outcome position for me is an opportunity card for how to mitigate the blocks. Like, how do we correct it? What's the opportunity? And it's to waste no time, right? Get at the business of clearing the air. Okay? So, and I feel that you're both on the march to that. I feel like there's something here. Some momentum is picking up. Remember, I said wands are about momentum and feeling that, kind of like we're on to something here. If in the outcome position, which I see as an opportunity, is a sense of urgency to get at the business of clearing things up, making sure I understand you, you understand me. And that's why the relationship card, we have the sword, right? The Ace of Swords, a gift from Spirit of, oh, I see things clearly now. And if we're getting through this all before Venus retrogrades, then the retrograde will be an opportunity as we're pulled back down under and through in the below of it all. We learn something from it. We get more out of it. Instead of diving deeper into blocks, it gives us an opportunity to process some things internally. So let's jump in and clarify. This is a really interesting reading. And remember, things can come through reverse, so especially if you're here as a cross watcher, I'm seeing this top row as Gemini, but it could be more for you, the cross watcher. Just take it as it resonates, okay? And remember, it's general, not private, so private reading, so it might not speak to you at all. All right, we have the Hermit, the Tower, and underneath the Queen of Pentacles. So for those of you coming in here sort of having been on a solitary journey that sort of was born out of maybe something that wasn't real stable or wasn't sustainable for the long haul. I'm feeling like that you have taken time to really take care of yourself, to focus on you, your needs, getting your stability. Again, the cards from the bottom of the deck are what you can't see, so it's more internal, outside of your conscious awareness. It's been a process. And so now you can come in with this wreath of peace saying, well, you know, now I'm on more solid ground. I looked at what wasn't sustainable for me, what wasn't sustainable for the connection. I've grown some. I'm feeling like I'm coming from a position of stability, groundedness. I'm feeling better about my own path forward. So I do feel like whatever this Six of Wands is about for you, it's because now you see the way clear to where you can meet in the middle. So it isn't about tearing someone else down or having to have it one way. It's about, no, we can negotiate to something in the middle where we both feel, and this has come through a lot of readings lately, where we both feel like we have a jumping off point. Well, I agree on this and you agree on this, so that's where we begin. Especially since commitment is part of the issue here. So let's see the Sun as your block. Ten of Cups, Magician, Five of Swords. So if we're looking at the fact that you've been actively trying to manifest some form of happiness for the future, the happily ever after card in that Ten of Cups, we could have it all, we could have everything. This connection could be so successful, so rewarding on an emotional level, but that Five of Swords, feeling defeated. The block is somehow, some way you're feeling defeated. It's not happening. You're not manifesting it. Something's been unsustainable, not on a solid foundation here. And that might have set you on a bit of a solitary path for a while. Maybe things fell apart. Maybe they haven't fallen completely apart, but definitely something got your attention and set you on a path of a little bit of, you know, a focus on self. And now you're coming back to this with a different perspective of, well, maybe some compromise is needed, some kind of meeting in the middle and forging a win-win outcome would be better. But the block is that you might feel as if the rug was pulled out from under you in some way, shape, or form. So now we have your person here, Knight of Wands. And make no mistake, sometimes the Knight of Wands has a pattern to them of acting on impulse in the moment, not really having a game plan, and therefore can be experienced as being in and out a lot, right? Not for ill intentions, but it can be experienced that way. Yeah, so let's see, Knight of Wands. Hanged Man, right? Stop, go. Death card. Nine of Pentacles. So this person admires you and desires you. You're like the ungettable get here. They know something has to change. That would be my sense of that Death card. And so even though they want to make this passionate return, they're thinking better of it. That Hanged Man landing on the... sorry guys, I'm just having a brain cramp at the moment. Landing on the Knight of Wands means the Knight isn't really moving. There's just like this temporary standstill. We're not in a phase where we need to worry about it, but this person is sort of waiting for some enlightenment before they kind of come in full bore. And then the Death card. It's almost as if they're kind of contemplating things. This is a perspective card, the Hanged Man. Their perspective about what needs to change. What do they need to leave behind? What needs to die off so something new can be born into its place? They're aware that something needs to change in their hidden energy, what's happening on the inside. Is they're aware here with this Nine of Pentacles, which I believe is your energy, that you're special, that they admire you, that you're sort of your own person, okay? And that you don't really need them. And so they're taking that into account. They might want you and you might want them, but they're sort of taking into account that you can't be hoodwinked. You can't, right? You're not buying into the flash of it all. So that might be their awareness that they've got to sort of look at this from a 30,000 foot view perspective and rethink the way they approach you. That might be what needs to change. So their desire isn't gone. It's that they're taking something into very seriously. We've got, again, some major arcana, which means this person is very seriously considering what they might need to change. You have two major arcana. You have already been in a very solitary contemplative mode as well, about what needs to change, what hasn't been very stable or sustainable. And you're both kind of coming at your discoveries at a similar timing, it seems to me. So let's see, their block is the Hierophant. Nine of Swords on the Hierophant. Seven of Wands. Yes, Page of Pentacles. So the deal is, you're trying to manifest, you're working at manifesting and have been working at manifesting a really beautiful, loving connection. But look at that. That's the 10 of Cups, right? Like, we're talking completion on an emotional level, happily ever after. We hit the jackpot. We're there. And yet you feel like you got robbed of that. That's the block, right? I've been defeated in this effort of mine, in this attempt of mine. And when it comes to this person, they're kind of very anxious about the prospects of a conventional committed relationship, to the point that they're actually sort of resistant to it, maybe even a little defensive. Where are they in this process on an internal level? Man, they're at a baby step. Okay, they're sort of at a beginning point. So while you're arriving at your reflections on things at the same time, you are light years apart in terms of where you see the construct of this relationship. You see it already as 10 of Cups, Sun, we're there. We got it all. They're like, I don't want to be pushed into marriage or commitment. I'm really at a much more beginning level. Yeah. And so that's where I'm feeling the potential breakdown. So now we've got the Ace of Swords representing the relationship. Four of Wands, the beginning of life partnership. Seven of Pentacles, allow it to unfold a little more organically. Page of Wands, keep it cheerful, folks. Stay optimistic. Yeah, this same message keeps coming through. And just had the Capricorn reading go up, same message. And you know, the Taurus and the Virgo reading. I mean, the readings are almost all saying the same thing in a slightly, like a variation on a theme. So what that tells me is the Venus retrograde is going to have a similar impact on a lot of the collective, at least a lot of the collective that I'm speaking to that are showing up here, because I'm drawing off all of your energy. And it's just that, sometimes we are further ahead in terms of where we see a connection going. And we don't realize that just because the other person isn't quite as far along doesn't mean that they don't have the same feelings for us that we have for them. It doesn't mean that they don't care. It doesn't mean that they don't love us. It doesn't mean that they won't eventually get there. It doesn't mean that they're a player. It doesn't mean that they're pulling one over on us. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that we got there first. That's all. And I feel like what the relationship message is yeah, how could I not see that, right? That this is something that might need to evolve a little more organically, that it isn't something that has to be, that we have to focus so hard on manifesting a specific outcome, right? That it's already happening. It's already unfolding. And what we need is some optimism and joy, and bring passion to it, and be excited about every new little development between us. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Watch as this person discovers things step by step, how they're learning to fly the plane as it's being built, because you are already on a jetliner, mama. Let them have that joy and thrill, and watch them evolve. You're already there. Okay, so let's get the divine message from Spirit, Lover's card. Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. This is an interesting message. It's almost like the divine message is, don't overthink this. Get out of the prison of your own making. Don't mind screw yourself, right? It's this if this is fate and destiny, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And you don't have to overthink it, because it's not in your control, right? You do you. Yes, it requires effort and focus and attention. All relationships do. So remember, this is happening behind the scenes. You can't see it. They're working on their stuff. You work on your stuff, and you have continued to do that. They're working on their stuff. They've got the perspective card and the death card. I really feel like this is somebody who's looking at it from a safe vantage point, saying, oh man, maybe this in and out crap isn't floating anymore, because this person has their choice of who they could be with. And with the Nine of Pentacles, has a lot of potential suitors. Right? Pick of the litter, as we say. So it's like this person is sort of waiting for some enlightenment. That's part of, they take a temporary standstill. It's not like there's anything bad about this. It's if things feel to you like they're on hold, take that as a sign that this person is reevaluating their own behaviors, their own patterns here. What is acceptable? What's going to work? What's not going to work? Could they lose you? Sure, they're now worried. And they are anxious about commitment, and they are maybe a little defensive, but in their unconscious awareness, they're taking one baby step at a time. That isn't no steps. Okay? So I feel like that's the light bulb goes on, the epiphany moment. Like, yeah, it's unfolding organically, and it's a divine process. It's fate and destiny unfolding in your favor. So just get out of your way and know that you have to focus on it. So do they, and that happens in ways that are unique to each of you. And then in the outcome position, the card that I call the opportunity card, wow. I feel this person is going to say just the right thing at the right time. I feel the sense of urgency is like they're starting to get that right now. Think they're processing and shift in perspective. Okay, that's what's happening now. That's how they're showing up now. But with a little bit of anxiety built up in the block, as they start to move forward, and as Venus starts to retrograde, they're going to get a little uncomfortable. Well, we all are, but they're going to get uncomfortable in a specific way. They're not going to want to leave you to build things up in your mind. So here is, because we know that, you know, there's been some uncomfortable energy, they're going to want to, here we have divine masculine. So that's sort of the energy that is playing out behind the scenes. What you might not be able to see is they're sort of checking in here. There's some reflection during retrograde. This is actually my Mercury retrograde card, but we've got Mercury retrograde coming up too. So there's sort of like some curiosity about, you know, what you're thinking. And your curiosity about what they're thinking. Like, there's a lot of curiosity about what's going on behind the eyeballs. And I have a feeling this person is not going to leave it up to you to just determine what they're thinking. They're going to want to come and make sure that it's perfectly clear, that there are no misunderstandings. So I'm seeing it from, like, that's the opportunity, is for clear communication. I don't know who's going to sort of kick that off, but I'm feeling it coming from divine masculine energy. I feel like this person sort of lays back for a little while and then gets a little inkling, right? Our spire detective of the tarot, that, oh, I don't want this to go with, you know, with it. You know how sometimes we get a hit, like, oh, I don't want this person just thinking I think X, Y, or Z. I want to get out ahead of that. That's what I see here. That's going to be the opportunity. So in the outcome position, as things unfold going forward, I see divine masculine seizing an opportunity to just kind of get out ahead of something and make sure that the air is clear, that they are making sure you understand X, Y, or Z. Take it as it resonates for you, because we're going to be in a period of reflection. Things are going to get even quieter still, which happens during a retrograde. And when it's Venus, oof, right? So they're not going to want to lose you to a misunderstanding, is how it's sort of coming through. And that will be the opportunity that may help, right, eliminate a lot of this feeling that you may be having, and may also help dispel a lot of their anxiety and their defensiveness or resistance, and take them out of page mode and sort of elevate the whole process. So that's what I see for you here for this part of it, Gemini. I am going to take this to the extended and look at it through your person's. I'm going to call this person the Emperor, because I really feel we've got somebody who is in process of a lot of spiritual growth and evolution. So we're going to look at their perception of you, their feelings for you, their intentions toward you. I'm seeing some positive shifts here. What do they get from you? What are they receiving from you? What keeps them invested in this? Their physical fulfillment level, let's call that chemistry, intimacy, and where they see this connection headed. We're going to get it all from their perspective. The links for that are below. Notice I said plural, because there are 3 options for extended material from me. Make sure when you click a link that you read, because option 1 is a monthly renewal. It hits your account every month, so you get more than just this extended. So read about that. Option 2 is just this, one and done, and option 3 is the all access pass. So that is below. If you have been enjoying my readings and you haven't yet done so, please do subscribe below. That is what keeps me in the game here on this platform, right? It helps with the algorithms. When I have subscriber increases, the views are great, and the likes are great, and the comments are fabulous, but it is subscribers. So please do that. And then here's the astrology for this reading. We have Hermit is Virgo. Tower is Mars, which rules Aries. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. The Sun rules the sign of Leo. Magician is Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. Hanged Man is Neptune, which rules Pisces. Scorpio is, the death card is Scorpio. A little more Virgo here in the Nine of Pentacles. Hierophant is Taurus. Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Gemini, again, in the Lovers card. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. A lot of Sag in this reading. King of Swords, Knight of Swords, more Gemini. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's absolutely a Gemini reading. And the Emperor is Aries. So that's what I have. I'm headed to the extended. The links are below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.